You have Hamburg losing to Bayern Munich. And you have Schalke 04 defeating Leon Balogun's Mainz. These are some of the results from the German Bundesliga. I get you talking about it later on. I think we still have some other results. But before we take those results, I mean, your Pancakes, it seems to be steadying the ship. Or it's too early?
Well, I haven't. The games that the Bayern have won since your Pancakes has been in position. There are games that I expect Bayern to win. You know, so I think we've had this conversation before. Nothing would justify the removal of Ancelotti, you know, at that point. So I accept, like I said, they go on to win the treble. Then maybe we can have that conversation. So it's normal service resumed in Germany. Bayern will win most of the games. Yeah, they will have a few hiccups here and there, draw some games, lose maybe one or two, but it's going to be the same.
The bottom
thing.
line is they will definitely win the league, right?
No, not definitely win the league, because sometimes once or twice in the season, you know, Dortmund decides to make a run for it, or one other club decides to. But you know, in every 10 years, Bayern will win at least 6 titles. You know, so it's expected.
Okay,
yeah,
all right. And for what is this?
Okay, I was thinking we'll move over to the next game here, Frankfurt and Borussia Dortmund. When you talked about the implosion and all that, I feel that's really not an implosion. When you move away from home, I mean, most of us expected them to win, being that they were top of the table and all that. And the fact that what happened in the Champions League can easily, you know, move away from that and see how they can get a good result.
The fact that they lost the 2-goal lead. You know,
that's another surprise. That's the implosion there.
That might be where it's coming from, talking about them imploding. You know,
the implosion I like is the one of Everton. That's not an implosion I can talk about. When you're playing at home, or you're like, he's got a very brilliant goal, and before you know it, 5 getting in and all that.
But that's just the results of late for Dortmund. I mean, Bayern closing up, not necessarily because of what Bayern is doing, but because of how Dortmund have been letting it slip.
Bayern are doing what they need to do. It's Bayern will do win your games and let the other things happen. So yes, for Dortmund haven't been winning their games, and they've had some surprising losses. Not so surprising. Like I expect the game against Red Bull, I felt it would go either way. So I wasn't that surprised when it happened. Then some other draws they've gotten. So maybe they're trying to steady the ship and everything. I mean, remember, this is Peter Bosz's first season in charge, so. Maybe for a while we thought he just took to the Bundesliga like Dr. Water, but apparently maybe teams are beginning to catch up.
We'll look at selected results from across Europe. The big one, we'll start with the English Premier League. What happened in the second game, or the first game? Okay, we'll start with the English Premier League. Talking about just matches across Europe. I mean, the first one, which was Tottenham and Liverpool, that one ended 4-1. And Liverpool sure have a way of collecting goals away from home. Marseille and PSG, that ended 2-2. Neymar was sent off in that game.
Cavani saved them.
Cavani actually saved them in that one. You also have Inter Milan and Napoli ending goalless. Juventus and Udinese, that's the game of the night. It was 6-2. A fantastic one coming from Juventus, having lost that they are kind of what do you say now? I mean, when you have not been losing away from home, but losing to Napoli away from home at home in the last weekend. So this one away from home at Udinese, they had to pick up 6-2. That's how it ended. Then you have the Frankfurt Dortmund 2-2, Hamburg, Bayern, then Barcelona and Malaga. Barcelona ensuring that they won, and of course Real Madrid had to, just put it up and winning by 3-0. And everyone, the focus there was everyone talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, the fact that, he's dropping form. But I don't think he's dropping form, because when it comes to Champions League, that's when you get to see how good he can be. But then, I'm surprised that, the results were so at first across Europe, the fact that I didn't see Everton and Arsenal. Arsenal won fantastically. So, it should be a talking point. And the fact that Wayne Rooney scored fantastic goal, they considered 5. And Ronald Koeman still got a job till this morning.
The thing is, you cannot just. Ronald Koeman had a very good season last season. Yes, they spent a lot of money. Brought in players and everything.
Lots.
I think I like what they are doing, but I don't want to speak too soon, because we might leave here after the show and we hear that he's been sacked. But I like what they're doing by giving him time. I think they should give him enough time. I believe that at some point. they'll turn around their season.
All right, let's go on a break. Still so much to talk about on the show. So we'll come back. Maybe we'll take a look at the papers or continue with the issues. Join us again. All right, welcome back. Before we take a look at the papers, you wanted to react to some of the results. So let me allow you just do that quickly. Liverpool.
Liverpool, I think your club has to learn something. You see, when Mourinho went to Anfield and was defensive and got a goalless draw, you know, a lot of people, even your club complained. But your club has gone to the home ground of 2 contenders, and he has conceded 9 goals. You know, so at the end of the day, you just have to be pragmatic sometimes. You know that these people, if I let them do this, they will run all over me. You know, I have to try and balance it out. But he's just, he goes gung-ho, and you want fantastic football at the expense of results for yourself. Okay, fine, if that's what you want. So I don't feel bad for Liverpool. Tottenham totally deserve the win. Arsenal, Everton, fantastic win for Arsenal. Everton, you talk about imploding. That's a team that's actually really imploding. I don't know what Koeman needs to do now, but I think he still needs a little bit of time. He will turn it around at some point. I believe in the man. He's had precedence. He's been coached. He's coached in some places, and we've seen what he can do. You know, so Napoli, Juventus.
I remember something. Let me quickly say it. I may not get a chance. I hear that Slaven Bilic has been given a 2-game ultimatum. Yeah. I thought stuff like that happens in this part of the world.
It's not official yet. We heard.
We shouldn't even hear.
But
we shouldn't hear.
Let's leave that and see how it goes, because
okay. 2 games to win to save his job.
Nothing has been confirmed. But Slaven Bilic, I think Slaven Bilic had the whole of last season. You know, last season he could have been sacked last season because they moved into a new stadium after playing so well the previous season, and nothing happened, and he's starting again like this season. So I understand why he might be under probation or something. You know, but for Koeman, I think he needs. If I was the Everton board, I'll let him stay the season and see what he does, and you know.
Okay.
Then in the Serie A, good one for Juve. You know, we were able to come back and get a good victory.
Okay.
So.
All right. Let's take a look at the papers. Few minutes left, but we'll do our best. Take an headline or so from all the papers. Let's start with Sporting Live for today. Bottom strip will interest you. You need to read the story. Raw faces sack if, well, we all need to know what that is about. But there's a writer that says NFF says Vincent's recall, as the recall talks is unfair to Ezenewa and others. And the Glass House have warned the manager not to discuss the goalkeeper again. So let me allow you to react to that. A few seconds when you hear something like that.
Stop discussing him.
The man has said he's not playing. He doesn't want to be for the national team. He has said he's left the national team, so I think we should let him.
And if the manager is still mentioning his name, because it's the manager mentioning his name now.
I haven't heard the manager mention his name.
Oh,
actually, yes, actually, I think I had a discussion with him after the Zambia game, and I was even the one that actually brought up the conversation about Enyama, because he didn't bring it up. I was the one that actually brought it up.
The media keep
throwing
words into his mouth.
He's not actually.
And his response, you make it headlines.
Yeah.
Talking about Vicente, I love that.
All right.
Okay, I'll go to Complete Sports, right? That's the next one. Igalo's verdict, Mikel Moses, Onanzi, Balogun are key Super Eagles stars. Yeah, we know that we're going to see them at the World Cup. And Balogun are not out of Algeria-Argentina games. So
okay, that's good to hear.
Our club, Liverpool not in title race. That's too early to say, but after that implosion, okay. Ozil stars now. Maybe we can praise this Ozil. Come on, just give him the fact that he was the star guy in this 5-2, implosion of Everton. And of course,
club should keep playing exciting football.
Yeah.
And keep losing.
He should keep playing exciting football.
Okay, he can drop Lovren and Minolet, check a replacement and play exciting football.
The results do not matter. I should keep playing exciting football.
Sporting Sun, last paper for review. Let's just take something out of football now. Joshua battle ready for Carlos Takam. Few seconds we have left, but you think Josh is ready?
Tricky, because this was not the man he was preparing for. He was preparing for Pulev, but let's hope he gets the victory, because sometimes these things, the guy had been preparing because he knew he could come up as a replacement, and it has happened now. So let's hope Joshua has gotten enough of the man to handle him
in a few weeks. All right, Chinas, I want to thank you for your time on the show.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure having you. Stay tuned from beginning to the end as well. We'll do this again tomorrow.
And I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Thanks for watching.